You can feel it in the air, something around you is not the same anymore. The heaviness that once lingered in your space has been replaced by a quiet lightness, almost like the spiritual climate itself is breathing easier. This isn't your imagination, it's the sign of a divine reset. When God moves, the unseen always changes first. Before your eyes can see breakthrough, your spirit begins to sense the calm after the storm. That's what's happening right now. Your inner atmosphere is reflecting a heavenly transformation. For so long, you've walked through resistance that made everything feel harder than it should have been. Doors delayed, people misunderstanding you, opportunities slipping away. It all made you question whether you were cursed or forgotten. But this was spiritual tension, not punishment. The environment around you had to purge the old energy to make room for the new. When God clears the air, He first sends pressure to push out everything that doesn't belong to your next season. The winds have shifted, chosen one, the air is finally clear. Every chosen one eventually reaches a point where they can't push anymore, not because they're weak, but because the invisible opposition is too heavy. The delays, the exhaustion, the emotional fog, all of it felt supernatural. You weren't imagining it. You were wrestling spiritual forces designed to keep you from evolving. But now, the divine atmosphere around you has recalibrated. Those unseen barriers have lost their authority over your energy, your progress, and your peace. When resistance leaves, you can feel it like a shift in gravity. Suddenly, you're not forcing yourself to survive, things begin to flow again. The phone rings with good news, people who forgot you suddenly remember, and life stops feeling like an uphill climb. This is what it looks like when divine favor returns to its rightful place in your orbit. Heaven is saying, "You've endured enough. Now let momentum carry you." The resistance that tried to bury you has now become the reason you'll rise effortlessly. An open atmosphere means divine permission. It's when heaven declares, "Move forward." Nothing can prosper against you when God commands the environment itself to align with your purpose. You'll notice how people who once opposed you suddenly soften, how spaces that once felt cold now carry warmth. You're no longer walking through blocked paths, you're walking through open gates. The universe is echoing a single truth: your time has come. Spiritually, this means manifestation will accelerate. What used to take months may take days now. The reason? Your vibration matches divine timing. You've finally stabilized your energy through faith, forgiveness, and inner clarity. You're no longer fighting the air is fighting for you. Every prayer you whispered in pain has now become oxygen in your atmosphere, a living energy that surrounds and supports your destiny. Chosen one, you are breathing favor now. Lately, you've been noticing small, almost unexplainable shifts, waking up lighter, thinking clearer, or finding peace in moments that once triggered you. These are not coincidences. They are indicators that your energy field has been purified. The spiritual clutter that once clouded your aura has finally been cleared out. You're no longer absorbing the emotions of others like a sponge. Instead, you're radiating from your center, grounded, calm, and unbothered by chaos. That's the power of a cleansed spiritual atmosphere. You might find that certain people no longer feel right around you. That's because their vibration doesn't align with your renewed frequency. When your energy field gets restored, anything or anyone operating in old cycles becomes repelled. You'll see technology glitch around you, random lights flicker, or even animals behave differently, because nature itself responds to energetic renewal. This is how you know the shift is real. The universe starts communicating in subtle, physical confirmations. You are walking proof that spiritual hygiene brings divine alignment. For months, maybe years, it felt like the universe was squeezing you not to destroy you, but to refine you. Every delay, disappointment, and detour was part of that divine compression. God was not withholding your blessing. He was making sure the foundation of your soul could carry it. That pressure had purpose, and now that it's lifted, you can finally breathe again. You are not collapsing, you're expanding. The pressure wasn't punishment, it was preparation. When divine pressure releases, the first thing you notice is stillness. Life doesn't feel chaotic anymore. Even in uncertainty, you feel grounded. That peace is not apathy, It's spiritual confirmation that your environment is in harmony with heaven's will. The noise that used to overwhelm your senses is gone because your spirit is no longer at war with the unseen. You've completed the refinement process, and now heaven is giving you permission to rest in clarity. The pressure has served its purpose. Now, it's time to rise without resistance. Whenever the spiritual atmosphere shifts, new alignments come with it. You'll start crossing paths with people who carry keys to your next chapter, mentors, collaborators, or even strangers who speak words that confirm what your spirit already knows. These alignments aren't random. They are divine appointments orchestrated by a higher frequency that recognizes your readiness. You are no longer being placed where you fit in. You're being placed where you belong. Your new assignments will stretch you, but not drain you. You'll find purpose in unexpected places and joy in responsibilities that once felt burdensome. God is repositioning you into spaces that need your light. Don't be surprised if your career, social circle, or even your geography begins to shift. When the atmosphere changes, your direction must evolve to match it. You are now being assigned to environments that can handle your energy and multiply your anointing. Chosen one, step boldly into the alignments designed to unlock your next level. There's a subtle rhythm to divine timing, and right now, that rhythm is accelerating around you. You can feel it, a spiritual breeze that whispers, "It's time." The winds of change are not chaotic, they are sacred. They sweep through your life not to destroy but to reposition. The same wind that once carried away people and opportunities is now carrying you toward divine placement. It's not the end of something familiar, it's the start of something destined. Every chosen one knows this stage, the unease before transformation. Things may feel uncertain yet peaceful. You might not understand what's happening, but your spirit feels alive. That's because you're standing in the middle of divine transition, a moment where everything begins to shift in your favor, quietly but powerfully. This is when you must surrender control. The more you trust the wind, the further it can carry you. Let go, chosen one. The wind knows where you're meant to go. You've broken through cycles that trapped generations before you. Every emotional trigger you faced, every toxic connection you walked away from, every boundary you enforced, all of it broke ancient spiritual contracts that once dictated your destiny. The reason life suddenly feels lighter is because the patterns that fed on your energy have finally starved. You've reclaimed your spiritual authority. You're not just healing yourself, you're healing your lineage. Old patterns can't follow you into the new atmosphere because they can't survive in higher frequencies. That's why certain habits, thoughts, or desires simply don't feel right anymore. You've outgrown them. What once entertained your lower self now feels empty to your elevated soul. It's not boredom, it's ascension. You're remembering what alignment feels like, a peace without explanation, clarity without proof, love without performance. Congratulations, chosen one, you've broken the loop. There's a spiritual phenomenon that happens after long periods of stillness, divine acceleration. Suddenly, opportunities that once took years begin to unfold in weeks. Delayed blessings start arriving back to back, and you feel like you're being catapulted into purpose. That's not luck, that's divine compensation. Heaven is restoring everything that was withheld during your preparation season. Every no you faced has transformed into multiple yeses. This acceleration doesn't mean chaos, it means divine flow. You're not running ahead of time. Time is finally catching up with your destiny. You've been patient long enough, faithful through fire, and obedient when it didn't make sense. Now, the universe is rearranging events to honor your endurance. It's a season where effort meets grace, and everything that felt delayed now feels divinely synchronized. It's your turn to move at the speed of purpose. You're not the same person who once doubted their strength. You've gone through countless silent battles that refined your spirit and purified your intentions. Every challenge stripped away layers of fear, insecurity, and dependence on external validation. You've been emptied and refilled with divine wisdom. The things that used to offend you, drain you, or make you question your worth no longer have access to your spirit. You've evolved beyond emotional chaos into spiritual calmness. the true mark of transformation. This shift is uncomfortable because it comes with identity loss. You may feel disconnected from people, places, and passions that once felt familiar. That's not regression, it's expansion. You're no longer resonating with the version of you that operated from survival. You've stepped into alignment, and alignment always demands isolation first. That emptiness you sometimes feel is simply space being made for your higher self to fully emerge. You've graduated from who you were. Embrace who you've become. God promotes quietly before he announces publicly. The reason you felt unseen is because heaven was elevating you in silence. Every rejection you faced was redirection toward a higher assignment. You were hidden so you could grow roots deep enough to sustain the weight of the blessing that's about to appear. Spiritual promotions never start with applause. They start with pruning. You had to lose visibility to gain power. You'll start noticing subtle confirmations. People who once ignored your voice will now seek your insight, and opportunities that once seemed closed will suddenly call your name. That's not coincidence. It's divine timing unveiling what was prepared in secret. Your spiritual promotion means you'll be trusted with more influence, but also more responsibility. The key is to move in humility, remembering that this level isn't about proving worth but walking in purpose. Your promotion is not coming, it's already in motion. There's something extraordinary about this new atmosphere. Doors will open without you knocking. This is the season where divine favor precedes you. You won't have to convince, compete, or chase anymore. What's meant for you will recognize you by vibration. The energy you now carry is magnetic. It attracts provision, people, and possibilities that match your divine frequency. You've reached a level of surrender where things simply align. This doesn't mean you stop working. It means your work will finally yield visible fruit. You've spent seasons planting seeds in silence, wondering if they'd ever grow. Now, the soil is ready, and your harvest is inevitable. The same universe that once tested your patience is now rewarding your persistence. Expect invitations, opportunities, and breakthroughs to appear with divine ease, not because of luck, but because of spiritual law. You're about to witness effortless manifestation. People you haven't spoken to in years may suddenly reappear, not for drama but for destiny. Certain souls are being repositioned in your life because their timing has finally caught up with yours. In earlier seasons, they couldn't meet you where you were going. Now they can. These reconnections feel calm, purposeful, and aligned. They aren't about nostalgia but about divine partnership. The atmosphere around you is summoning those who were always meant to walk beside your purpose. Some of these connections will come with opportunities, others with healing. You'll recognize them instantly because your spirit will feel at ease, no guessing, no pretending. You won't have to chase them. They'll arrive naturally, led by the same frequency that surrounds you. Trust that heaven is building a circle of strength around you through these reunions. The right people are finding you again, because your vibration now matches your destiny. You've spoken your faith long enough. Now your results will do the talking. In this new atmosphere, manifestation is the natural language of the divine. Things will begin materializing before you even articulate them. It will feel like life is responding directly to your thoughts, because it is. You've trained your mind, healed your emotions, and opened your heart. Now the universe mirrors back that harmony through visible blessings. When others see your sudden rise, they might call it luck, but you'll know it's alignment. This is what happens when preparation meets divine timing. You no longer need to prove anything or justify your journey. The manifestations unfolding around you are heaven's way of confirming your obedience. Keep your focus pure. Your manifestations are sacred messages in physical form. Your life itself is about to become the evidence of faith fulfilled. Every new level demands new boundaries. You've worked too hard to let low energy re-enter your space. Guard your peace like sacred ground. That doesn't mean shutting people out in fear. It means being discerning about what you allow in. The atmosphere you now carry is sensitive. Negativity, gossip, or doubt can dim it. Stay selective with your conversations and environments. What you entertain, you invite. You'll notice that protecting your energy doesn't isolate you, it refines you. Silence, solitude, and stillness will become your allies. You'll crave more peace than noise, more authenticity than approval. This is a sign of maturity, not distance. You're no longer living reactively, you're living intentionally, choosing what nurtures your spirit. Preserve your new atmosphere. It's the container for your miracles. In the days ahead, you'll start receiving undeniable signs, repeated numbers, vivid dreams, songs that seem to speak directly to your heart. Don't dismiss them. They're confirmations from the divine realm that you're exactly where you need to be. The atmosphere around you has become so clear that spiritual communication flows effortlessly. You're no longer guessing, you're guided. Each confirmation will strengthen your confidence in what you've been sensing. You'll realize that divine guidance doesn't scream, it whispers. You'll learn to trust subtle nudges over external validation. The more you follow these gentle signs, the more miracles you'll witness. Heaven rewards awareness, and right now, your awareness is your greatest gift. Listen closely. Your confirmations are already speaking. Where others see turbulence, you'll now see transition. This is one of the greatest proofs that your atmosphere has changed. Your peace no longer depends on circumstances. You've become an anchor in storms that once swept you away. That calm presence you now carry is not passivity, it's mastery. You understand that divine order exists even in uncertainty. People will notice this peace and feel drawn to it. They'll want to know how you remain so centered while everything around you shifts. Use those moments to plant seeds of wisdom, not pride. Show them that peace isn't the absence of problems, it's the presence of alignment. You've learned how to hold still while God moves the world around you. Your calm is now your calling card. With the noise gone, your inner voice becomes crystal clear. You'll begin to distinguish between intuition and fear, between divine prompting and distraction. This is the moment you stop seeking answers externally and start trusting the whisper within. That inner guidance is the purest form of divine communication, the Spirit speaking directly through you. As you trust that voice, you'll notice how effortlessly decisions align. Opportunities that don't resonate will lose their appeal. Paths that are meant for you will light up with ease. You're learning the language of your own soul, and it's guiding you toward everything you've been praying for. The voice you once ignored is now your compass. One morning, you'll wake up smiling for no reason. You'll notice sunlight differently, music will sound alive again, and small things will make your heart swell. That's joy returning, not the kind that depends on external success, but the quiet assurance that all is well. It's the joy of someone who has survived, healed, and stepped into divine alignment. That joy is contagious. It will pour out of you and ripple into others. It's the emotional signature of a healed atmosphere. You'll laugh more, worry less, and start seeing beauty where you once saw only survival. Joy isn't a reward for what's coming. It's evidence of what's already shifted. Welcome back your joy. It's proof you made it through the storm. The final phase of every awakening is ownership, stepping into who you've always been. You no longer question your worth or second-guess your path. You stand firmly in your truth, knowing you were chosen for this very timeline. The atmosphere around you reflects that confidence. It bends to your faith. Every cell in your body now vibrates with authority, peace, and purpose. Standing in your divine identity doesn't mean arrogance, it means remembrance. You're remembering your spiritual DNA, your mission, and your connection to the source that never left you. This remembrance becomes your power. It's what makes your presence shift rooms. You're no longer adapting to energy, you're setting it. You've finally remembered who you are. This is it, the confirmation that the atmosphere has changed for good. You've moved from survival to stability, from uncertainty to clarity, from faith in theory to faith in motion. Everything that once resisted you is now cooperating with your purpose. You're standing in the center of answered prayers, even if they're still unfolding piece by piece. The spiritual weather is clear and your path is open. Every step you take now will carry divine momentum. You don't need to rush. You just need to remain aligned. This is not the end of your journey, it's the beginning of living in continuous flow. The good news you've been waiting for isn't coming from outside, it's radiating from within. Chosen one, breathe deeply. Your atmosphere has changed, and so has your destiny. Chosen one, if this message resonated with the shift you've been feeling, don't let it fade. This is your confirmation that divine timing is already in motion. Let this be the moment you align with it fully. If you felt the energy of these words, like this video so it reaches more awakened souls who need this reminder. Subscribe to Anointed Era and tap the icon so you never miss the next message meant for your spirit. Every video here is created to strengthen your faith, sharpen your intuition, and remind you that you are never alone on this path. And if you're ready to go deeper, comment below what part of this message spoke to you most. Your words could be the sign another chosen one has been praying for. Let's keep building this family of light together, evolving, healing, and rising. Until next time, remember, the air around you has changed, and so have you. Welcome to the new era, the anointed era.